to YarnGasm. I'm Kristen, and this is episode number 217. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. And if you're a new viewer, thanks so much for checking out the podcast. This is a podcast about knitting, spinning, hand-dyeing yarn, sewing, and pretty much just making all the things in Brooklyn, New York, where I'm from, and I live with my husband and our cat, Bella, who you can see right there in the corner creeping around. So yeah, we are in the midst of Vlogmas, so I guess I've been doing a bi-weekly podcast just because editing versus editing a vlog and a podcast at the same time, it's a lot of work. But thank you for sticking with me, and so far a lot of the feedback I've been getting from Vlogmas has been really positive, and I'm sorry, I'm totally getting distracted by the cat in the background. But oh my gosh, you guys, this weekend is Christmas, which is crazy because time, again, it just flies so quickly. But anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying the holiday season, getting all your holiday knitting done and just staying warm and cozy and just having a really good time with friends. But yeah, it's been a fun December so far, lots going on. I'm currently in the midst of my knitcation, in which I'm just taking off a couple of days, you know, just to relax, get some knitting done, no work, just all play. So far it's been a lot of fun. But yeah, I have, again, a lot to share with you, because I have been doing full podcasts, it seems, every other week because of, again, Vlogmas. But yeah, we have some knit-along winners to announce. We have the ornament-along that ended on December 15th, so I will be announcing those at the top of the episode. But just a couple of admin things. If you would like to follow me on social media, I am most active on Instagram. I'm at Voolenvine there. I'm also Voolenvine on Ravelry. But if you would like to get in touch with me, email is the best way. I don't always check my Rav mail as much as I would. I don't have a chance to check it as much as I would like. So, you know, I'll pop down in the down bar my email address. So if you have any questions, comments, and what have you, feel free to contact me there. And show notes can be found at YarnGasmPodcast.com. And if you haven't already, feel free to join our Ravelry group, where you can join in to partake in our knit-alongs that are going on, just general chatter and conversation, ask questions. It's just a really fun group and full of inspiration and fun people. Yeah, and I'm trying to think what else. I think that's it for admin stuff. So I'm gonna get on to I'm just going to mention a couple of knit-alongs that are happening and our Ornament-along 2016 winners. So if you are not interested in any of the knit-along speak, I will pop a time code in the down bar where you can just skip ahead. But is the cat still... She's watching the birds outside. You can see the window from where she's standing right now. It's hilarious. But anyway, okay, knit-along winners. I had meant to record last week, but it was just too crazy, so I'm doing it this week. I locked the thread, and yeah, we have two winners, and the first prize is the Victorian Yuletide Part 2 ornament pattern by Jen Sheelan. So thank you, Jen Sheelan, for the generous prize donation. And the winner of that is number 123, Molly K. O'Rourke. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. But she knit two beautiful and adorable ornaments. One was an elephant and one was a sock monkey. So definitely check that out. So congratulations. I will contact Jen and let her know that you've won, and she will send on over a PDF copy of her pattern. So yay, congrats. Next up, I was going to offer a set of mini skeins, but I'm realizing I'm not gonna have time to sit and wind a bunch of mini skeins in the next couple of weeks, so I'm just gonna keep it simple. The second prize that I'm offering up is a skein of Voolenvine yarns in a colorway of your choosing. I feel like this winner totally earned this prize because she knit not one, not two, but 12 ornaments for the knit along, and they are so adorable. Do check them out. But number 111, Diva S, congrats to you because you went above and beyond and just knit so many ornaments. So very well deserved. Please contact me, PM me on Ravelry. Just put in your subject line that you are the winner for the ornament along, and I will keep a lookout for it. And yeah, let me know which colorway you would like of my hand-dyed yarns on which base, either Blitzed, which is my Stellina Superwash Merino Nylon Stellina base, or my Volca base, which is a Merino Nylon Cashmere blend. So yeah, get in touch with me, and yay, congrats to you guys. And yeah, even if you didn't win, good job, guys, because that thread was so adorable. If you need any inspiration, as I always say, if you need any inspiration, just check out those threads of finished objects, because they're full of inspiration and just creative ideas. And yeah, so yay for another year of ornamental long. So cannot wait for next year. So moving along, I have a couple of other knit-alongs that are currently underway. We have the Voolenvine Yarns Shawl Along that kicked off December 1st and is going all the way through March 1st. So that is in the separate Voolenvine Yarns Ravelry thread. So make sure that you are not in the YarnGasm Ravelry thread to partake in that knit-along, but the Voolenvine Yarns Ravelry thread. So I have two separate threads for the podcast and my yarn dyeing business. So just FYI. And the final knit-along that we currently have going on is the Honey KAL, which kicked off December 1st and is also going through March 1st. And I'm co-hosting it with Nina from the This Old Knit podcast. And yeah, it's the honey pullover is a pattern by Amy Miller, and it's, you know, just pure stockinette all around, stripy, very straightforward pattern. And there's also a child's version, so whichever version you want to knit, feel free to join in, you know, and definitely double dip into both my my KAL group and Nina's. So it'll be a lot of fun, and I'll talk about my progress in the next segment. And I think that's it for KAL Speak. So I'm gonna move along to the next segment where I talk about finished objects, because I do have some finished objects, guys. And if you've been following my Vlogmas, you've probably seen this on multiple episodes, because I love this so much. You guys have no idea how happy I am with this finished object. But I had cast on a Mary Margaret Tam, which is a free pattern on Ravelry inspired by a character, or Snow White's character on Once Upon a Time, which is a TV show that I'm obsessed with. So here it is, it's all done. The yarn is Quince & Co.'s Turn, I think, is it Turn? I believe it's Turn, which is like a merino silk blend in the Syrah colorway. But this is exactly what I was looking for, and it's been a while since I actually knit myself a hat, not counting the Hedgehog Fibers one that I recently knit that I gifted to my mom. So, but yeah, this one's for me. But it fits so well, and as I mentioned, it is a free pattern. And reading through all the other projects or the people that have knit this pattern, instead of casting on 164 stitches, I believe the original pattern calls for, I cast on 140 stitches. So because the brim was just way too wide, but I will try it on and probably wear it for the rest of the episode. But I love this hat so much. I will just continue saying that for the rest of the episode. But fits like a glove. It's a tam, but it also looks like a slouchy hat, which is perfect for me. And actually knit it because I just got a new fall/winter coat that's brown and has a lot going on. And I do have a lot of hats that I do wear that I've knit, but they don't quite match it as well. And I feel like this mauve color just goes so well with like the tweedy fabric of my coat. I don't know, maybe I'll post a photo of it here, I doubt it, but yeah, just go with it. Trust me on this. So yeah, but I genuinely highly recommend this pattern if you're looking for just a simple, quick knit and you need a new hat. I give it a thumbs up, and I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to say. And while I cast on 140 stitches, I think I was supposed to increase evenly around back to 164 stitches, which I did not do, but I think it turned out, I'm so glad I didn't, because it turned out just the way I wanted it to. So I think that's all I have to say about this pattern, but I don't think I mentioned the author. It's the Mary Margaret's Lace Tam by Mary Craver. So definitely check it out. And yes, so I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, that's it for finished objects this week. So I'm gonna move along to works in progress. And I've got quite a few things on the go. As I mentioned, the Honey KAL pullover that I'm, for the knit along that I'm co-hosting with Nina, I cast that on, I've got that started, and here's where we are. I had gone to Woolen this week on Tuesday for a knit night and got a lot of it going. Well, it's quite a lot of progress, I would say, but it looks small, but this is because it's knit neckline down, so or top. It's a sweater pullover that's knit top down, and yeah, this is my hand-dyed yarn. It's on small needle, so I can't really pull it out to show you guys, but this is my hand-dyed yarn on my Volca base, which is a merino nylon cashmere fingering, and the main color up here is Tega, and the contrasting color is Dirty on Purpose. And these, if you've been following the podcast, you can tell these are my two favorite colorways so far that I hand dye, and I want to knit all the things with them. So, but yeah, I've gotten pretty far with the arm increases, and yeah, I'm just having so much fun knitting this, and it makes for the perfect knit night project because you're just going around and around and around stockinette with an increase every other row. So yeah, lots of progress on that. And I'm of course knitting with my High Sharp interchangeables, which Dennis gifted to me for Christmas. So yay! Okay, so there's that, and this is the only project right now that's in an actual project bag because yesterday was technically the first day of my knitcation, and I just pulled everything out and was knitting with everything. So I just kind of put everything in a little basket at the side to pull out to show you guys. And there go my show notes. And I'm rambling again because there's just so much information that I want to get out. I'm trying not to forget it all. Even though I have show notes, I know there's something I'm going to forget. But anyway, the other thing that I have on my needles that I didn't make a lot of progress on, only because I was trying to finish this, and this actually requires a lot of attention, but at the same time, I'm loving the pattern like nobody's business. And this is the Trachea hat, a Trachea hat. I don't know, just me trying to add a fancy accent to it, and I just probably butchered it. Anyway, this is the Trachea hat by Michelle Wong. And the yarn is, the fiber company in their Road to China yarn base. And guys, again, I cannot wait to finish this. This is a prayer. After my holiday socks are done, this is gonna be my priority because it is gonna be so warm for winter. This is keeping me warm now, but once the temperature drops, this is gonna be my go-to hat. And it's just a whole bunch of cabley goodness around and around and around, and I'm halfway done. Guys, I'm halfway done with this pattern, so yeah, definitely not losing interest at all. Just priorities, guys. So yeah, and again, these are on some fixed High Sharps on US size 3, and I believe that is, what is that in millimeters? Yeah, US size 3, 3.25 millimeter needles. And yeah, the Highs are a lifesaver, you guys, because the point is just perfect. It seriously helps with the cabling. If I had cast this on with bamboo needles, forget about it. I would have been like tearing my hair out, crying already, and this would be like thrown across the floor because there's no way I would have been able to knit this entire hat without losing my cool with bamboo needles. So High Sharps for the win, guys. And this has actually been living in my Little Creek Designs bag by Selma, yay, who occasionally co-hosts the Two Tangled Skeins podcast. So love this bag so much. It's been getting so much love. The other thing that's on my needles are my Christmas socks, which I was kind of doubtful that I would be finishing these because as you may recall, I had originally cast these on as 2 at a time socks, but I wanted to scream by the time the cuffs were done because it just wasn't happening for me. And so I decided to just knit each section of the socks simultaneously. So after I was done knitting the cuffs, I knit the leg of one sock, and then I knit the leg of the other sock, which is right here. And then yesterday I finished knitting both Fish Lips Kiss heels, and then I finished knitting the foot of one sock. So now I'm gonna switch on over to the other sock and knit the foot of that, and then proceed to knit the toe of one sock and then finish off with the toe of the other sock. And then I'll have a pair of socks. So these will be done before Christmas, no doubt. And I'm super excited about that. Even though the box of socks I knew I was going to forget to mention this. The Box of Socks KAL for 2016 is wrapping up January 1st, 2017, and there is a thread in the YarnGasm Ravelry group for finished. I'm sorry guys, there was a car alarm outside my window, so I had to pause and cut, and you know the drill. But where was I? Oh yes, the Box of Socks KAL. So I will be closing the Box of Socks FO thread on January 1st, 2017, which, by the way, if you are partaking in the Box of Socks KAL for this year, be aware that there is an FO thread now, and be sure to post your finished box of socks to enter to win one of our giveaway prizes. And the qualifications are simple. Just, you know, have your box displaying your socks that you've knit for the year. Make sure that at least all 12 pairs are visible, or you can post all 12 pairs of socks individually, but there must be a box, there must be socks, or links to project pages. So yeah, just be aware of that to qualify to win for one of our giveaway prizes. But yay! And again, so I am having so much fun just scrolling through that thread. It's a wonderful, wonderful thread. Probably my most favorite thread of the entire year, just because so many people were excited about this knit along. Yeah, it's just, do check it out, like, even if you are not partaking in this knit along. And if you are wondering, yes, I will be rebooting the Box of Socks KAL for 2017. So yay, cannot wait for that. But as I was saying, this will be my 11th pair that will be going into my Box of Socks, and I do have my second pair of Mercury socks that are halfway done. Well, more than half, yes, more than halfway done. And I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to have that done in time. We'll see. It is possible, but you know, I'm not making any promises. But yeah, so here's where I am with these socks. Love this colorway so much. And yeah, I'm not entirely sure if Laura of Jinx Yarns is going to be dyeing this colorway anymore. I think she just had her last holiday update on Tuesday, but don't quote me on it. Just check out her Etsy shop for details on when, you know, her timeline for holiday colorways and whatnot. But yeah, these are so much fun to knit, and very excited to be having holiday socks. So yes, and now what else? Oh yes, another favorite project that I'm working on. And this cat is still sitting in the hallway. Why are you sitting there, babes? You never sit there. You never sit there. This is a new thing she's doing. I don't know what it's about, but anyway, I'm not questioning it. But next up, works in progress, my Maplewood mittens by the lovely and amazing Rebecca Blair. Another free pattern that I cast on because this week the temperatures started dropping significantly and my hands were freezing cold, and I just had to cast something on, and I cast these on, and these are so fun to knit, you guys. They're super quick, and the yarn is Kenzie by Hiku, and I totally lost the tag, but here's the other ball. Ooh. Here's the other ball of yarn, and I purchased this at a Great Yarn in Cape Cod in Chatham, and yeah, it's, let me see, 50% New Zealand merino, 25% nylon, 10% angora, 10% alpaca, and 5% silk and oils, and there's 160 yards per skein. And here you go, let me see, there we go. It's so fluffy, and the cool thing about this one is once you block it, it just blooms. So it's gonna be, these are gonna be so soft and everything. But yeah, I have one mitten down plus the thumb to knit, and then here's where I got last night, just relaxing. And yesterday was just a pure day of knitting, and I did not leave the house. It was glorious, guys. I'm a total homebody. I have no problem not leaving the house unless I need sustenance, so do not worry about me. It's fine. But yeah, I finished knitting the thumb gussets, and I just have to put them on scrap yarn and the rest of the hand, and I should have a finished pair by tonight, I'm guessing, because yeah, again, these are such a quick knit. The only thing I did differently, again, free pattern, the original pattern calls for just a picot edge and a garter stitch wrist. So of course I did a twisted rib cuff because I feel like the garter stitch would just be too loose around my wrist, and it might not keep me warm. So, but yeah, here's what it looks like. Oh, so beautiful. Anyway, very excited about these. And yeah, it's just a four row stitch repeat of just knits and purls, and before you know it, you're decreasing. And I'm knitting these on, again, my interchangeable high sharps on size US size 6 4mm. Yeah, so love this project so much, and I think I will have enough to finish. Here's how much I have left. So it uses very little yarn, and this is actually worsted weight, in case you're curious. But yeah, I think I will definitely have enough to finish the second pair of mittens, the second mitten out of the rest of this skein. And I'll have a full skein to knit something else, maybe another pair, I don't know, or maybe a matching hat, we'll see. But yeah, it's just such a fun project to be working on. And then the other thing, I guess, let me see, what else did I want to talk about? I think that's it for works in progress. I did have plans to cast on an Ipsum Lorem, which I did not, I'm always forgetting to write that down, but I'm blanking on the designer of that pattern, but it's just a simple eyelet cropped cardigan, and I've had it in my queue for a while, and I purchased this yarn from Woolen the last time I was there for the Indian Tangle Trunk Show, and I started knitting a swatch for it, but I'm everything's falling down. Where's the label? There we go. So I caked up this yarn yesterday. Beautiful shade of mauve. Are you guys not surprised? No. But yeah, it's Lake's Yarn and Fiber. And as soon as I saw it, I had to purchase it. I knew it was going to be a cardigan, so I bought a sweater's worth. But yeah, it's 60% superwash merino, 20% yak, 20% silk, and it's just absolutely beautiful. I did start swatching for the Ipsum Lorem last night, but I'm a little concerned. Either I have to downsize my needles because my gauge is too big using the required size, which is, let me see, yeah, here we go. It's a US size 5, 3.75mm needle. So I might either have to downsize, because again, there is silk content, so it's gonna be a little drapey and a little more, you know, I'm probably definitely gonna have to downsize on it, but I don't know. I'm also thinking that maybe, because I also caked up this yarn a while ago. This is the Plucky Knitter. I think it's like, I lost, where is it? I don't know, I'm blanking on the fiber content on this, but I purchased this at Gauge Intention for the Plucky Knitter trunk show that Michelle had a while ago. So I might use this instead, because I don't think it will stretch or anything. There's no silk content in here. I think it's just purely superwash merino nylon cashmere. Maybe they're Oxford blend. I have another skein somewhere in my stash. It's over there. One second. Okay, so it's not superwash at all. It's just merino cashmere, and it is their Oxford 2.0 base. So here it is. And the colorway is Greenpoint, which was dyed after Greenpoint, Brooklyn. Let's see if I can get that to focus. Greenpoint, Brooklyn, my old stomping grounds. Dennis and I used to live there. Yeah, Dennis and I moved to Greenpoint when we moved in together, and then we had another place in Greenpoint, and I severely miss Greenpoint like nobody's business. It's, you know, not very far from Bushwick at all. We can easily hop on a train and get there in no time at all, but I just miss living there, if that makes any sense. It's just, you know, there's so much going on there. There's, you know, it's very artsy and just, I don't know, I feel like there's always something going on, and there's so many restaurants. I mean, here, you know, in Bushwick, there's more of that, you know, that's coming in and up and coming, and, you know, but there's something about Greenpoint that I just love so much. So it would be nice to have a Greenpoint sweater. I don't know, we may move back there, I don't know, one day, but, well, you know, it's nothing's set in stone, right? Anyway, I'm totally babbling. But anyway, I'm trying to think what else. That is it. But I do want to share with you some mail this week because I did receive some really lovely packages in the past 2 weeks that I would be remiss not to share with you because they are so special. So the first thing I received, I think it was 2 weeks ago, was from Adrian of the Freakish Lemon podcast. And Adrian is Gabby's brother from, Gabby has the Once Upon a Corgi podcast and Once Upon a Corgi yarns. And this was just so sweet to get in the mail, Adrian. Thank you so much. Look at the sheepy stickers on there. How cute is that? I love it. And I actually took the ornament off the tree so I could share it with you guys. But look how sweet and simple this is. It's just like a quilted little triangular, just a quilted triangle. It is so adorable. So this was really, really awesome. I squeaked when I opened it. And then as soon as I opened this package, actually, it just smelled like Christmas. It was just peppermint, and that's pretty self-explanatory when there is peppermint tea inside, and just some other teas. There was a mini skein from Once Upon a Corgi, which has now joined my stash. So that was really wonderful. And then there was a handmade card. Oh no, the owl came off. Sorry. Here we go. There we go. And then there was also a handmade card with a little owl on it. You can see that. How cute is that? I won't read you what's on the back, but it was, you know, just really creative. And then I just realized I did not have my chocolate today, but Adrian, you have my number. I love these so much. These are Lindt chocolate hellos, caramel brownie and cookies and cream, and I'm gonna munch on one of these after I'm done recording because I did not have my chocolate. Again, you saved the day. So that was just a really lovely little surprise to get in the mail. Thank you so much, Adrian. I hope you're having a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and the second thing I got in the mail is actually in my teacup today. Yesterday I opened the door to a box of Tevana. Sharon from the Knit Style podcast generously sent me, totally unexpected, but totally made my day. She sent me some Tevana tea, and it is, let me see, caramel almond amaretti tea, which smells heavenly. Oh my gosh, you guys, words cannot describe how delicious this stuff smells. But yeah, I made a cup of it. It's out of this world. She sent a couple of other little goodies, but thank you so much, Sharon. This was just a total surprise and definitely made my day. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for mail. I have been good. I have not made any impulse stash acquisitions these past couple of weeks, although I will say that I might do some damage because there's a little pattern going around the webs, I don't know, or the knitter interwebs, called a Find Your Fade shawl by Andrea Mowry. That's all the rage these days, and it got me going through my stash. I believe the pattern calls for 7. I'm holding up 4 fingers and I'm saying 7. Anyway, because yeah, anyway, you get the point. Anyway, but yeah, it calls for 7 colorways that you have to arrange the colorways so it kind of like fades into, it's like you have to find your gradient or find colorways from your stash that form a gradient, and the way the pattern's written, all the colorways just kind of blend into one another, which is really clever. And it got me searching my stash high and low for this gradient, and while I found a couple of combinations, they weren't really speaking to me. I'm still going at it. I mean, if you've been following Vlogmas, every time I record like a different little segment, I'm just rearranging my fade that I've found into another different combination, and it's mind-boggling. So I think I might have to just find some filler skeins, and of course I'm just, you know, I could either dye them or just satisfy my craving for some more hedgehog fibers. I don't know, we'll see. Vogue Knitting Live is coming up, so I do have, you know, I could just hold out and wait for that because I do have a couple of other projects that I want to get off the needles. So I can hold out and find my fade at Vogue Knitting Live. We'll see, I don't know, but anyway, I have some sewing to talk about, and clearly, if you've been following me, I'm wearing one of my latest finished objects. Hang on. So this pattern that I'm wearing is, well, first of all, the fabric is cotton and steel, and just simple quilting cotton. I actually had a yellow kind of mustardy version of this fabric that I made a Hollyburn skirt out of that I love. I have since actually stained. I wore to quite a few picnics over the summer, and there are a couple of stains that just won't come out now, which is really sad. But anyway, I love that skirt. I might have to make another one or just figure out how to get said food stains out of there, but you know how it goes. But this is, the pattern is McCall's M6959. So here we go. It's this one, and it's in a Ziploc bag. It's in a Ziploc bag with all the pattern pieces. So I made this version right here. And yeah, I love the way this turned out so much, you guys. The fit is perfect. It's not too tight, not too loose. It's just right. But let me stand up and show you guys. But yeah, it's just a simple wrap dress with a tie. And then it actually has a tie on the inside. But yeah, just a bias binding on the edges, and you know, and then you create some ties out of the remaining bias tape that you have. And I don't know if you can see, I put like a little snap right here just to hold everything together, and so I don't pop out, because yeah. But here's the bag, and it has like 2 darts in the back, and then yeah, just 2 simple darts in the front. Sew everything together, and you've got a dress. And then underneath, I don't know if you can see, but the arms or the sleeves just kind of crisscross, and I don't know, it's like not a visible detail, but I really like the way that turned out. And yeah, you just have like set-in sleeves, and you got a dress. I will say the most annoying part about making this dress is sewing on the bias binding. I did hit a snafu where I actually sewed on the bias binding using a 4 length, or like a long stitch length. I had my stitch length count set to 4 when really it should have been about 2.5 to 3, I don't know. But I had to go back, rip everything out, which took quite a while. But thank goodness for Vlogmas, because I caught up on quite a few Vlogmas episodes from some of my favorite podcasters. So yeah, that was the only saving grace to that. But yeah, I'm very pleased with the way this turned out. I'm hoping to get around to sewing either an Anna dress or getting a start on my holiday dress, which if I'm being realistic, it's not gonna happen this year. If anything, it'll just be like, I'll make it at some point next year, and it'll be a festive dress for some other occasion. We'll see. Or maybe next year. I don't know. But yeah, I will say my sewing mojo has kind of dwindled in the past couple of months, but it's not that that I don't want to sew anymore. It's just I haven't had the time or the energy. But now that I am on my knitcation, I feel like it's coming back. So, you know, stay tuned for more sewing. There will definitely be some more sewing down the pike. But yeah, moving along, shop update. I'm going to be having one more shop update for the year. It's going to be Saturday, December 31st, which is New Year's Eve. And obviously, because it's on a Saturday, it's an international friendly update. So that will be at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I just want to give you a little heads up, because it's not going to be a normal shop update, because I'm kind of technically looking at it as still my knitcation. I'm just gonna have a little fun in the dye pot next week. So I'm just going to be dyeing up. I may dye some regulars, but for the most part, it's going to be free swim colorways, which are colorways that may or may not be able to be repeated. They might just be one-offs, or you know, just me having fun in the dye pot. But the other cool thing, are you ready for this? I'm actually auditioning some new bases. So I'm going to be having a lot of fun with that too. So just to give you a little preview, there will be Aran weight, and this is a superwash BFL, and you guys, this feels heavenly. This is just, I took a gamble and just ordered some, and I can tell you guys right now, I'm gonna have a blast dyeing this, because it's so chunky and plump, and I can just imagine all the quick instant gratification knits that can come from this. But I'm just imagining all the speckles and crazy colorways I'm gonna be playing with on here. It's gonna be awesome, you guys. So very excited about this. And the other base that I am excited to be playing with is this one right here. And this is, let me see, it's 20% let me see if I can get that to focus. It's 20% kid mohair, 55% superwash merino, and 25% nylon. So very luxurious sock base. You don't even have to knit socks with it. So this would make for, it could be anything, you guys. Just a super sturdy, warm pair of socks, or a sweater, or a shawl, or anything. It just looks so farmy, and the halo on here is just incredible. So very excited to be playing with this yarn, guys. It's gonna be an awesome week. So hope you guys can make it. Definitely check it out. And I think in the new year I may just switch some things up as far as updates are concerned. I might switch around the international shop updates as opposed to having them on Saturday. I might have them on Monday. I don't know. I'll let you guys know as soon as I figure some stuff out and work it out, because I do like the idea of just switching some numbers up and see how that goes. So yeah, but otherwise I think that is it, other than the shawl along that we are having currently underway. Definitely check that out. Again, it's in the Voolenvine Yarns Ravelry thread, so do partake in it. And the rules for that is you can knit any shawl you would like out of Voolenvine yarns, or you can knit my my Vildis Mirror shawl that I designed out of any yarn that you have in your stash or want to purchase. I don't know. But yeah, just in case you don't have any of my yarns, I did create a loophole if you would like to partake in the knit along to win a skein of one of my hand-dyed yarns in a base and colorway of your choosing. So yay! Okay, I think that is it for shop update. I do have some blather to talk about because, yeah, this week's Christmas. Dennis and I are driving up to my parents' place in Westchester to have dinner there. And yeah, we're gonna be going Christmas Day. So Christmas Eve, I don't know, we might just go out to eat or something, just the two of us. But yeah, and I'm trying to think what else. The holiday party was a success. It was a lot of fun, a lot of work, but you know, at the end of the day, it was a blast. There were lots of knitters that showed up. Actually, I think it turned into a knitting party rather than, I feel like a lot of Dennis's friends, Dennis had his friends in the kitchen, and then, you know, a couple of my friends, knitting friends, brought their husbands with, so the men ended up in the kitchen and the women ended up in the living room playing a very long game of Cards Against Humanity. And it was actually funny because one of Dennis's friends brought his girlfriend, and she loves playing Cards Against Humanity, but it was the first time she actually played with, you know, knitters. She's a knitter by no means, but you know, she played a couple of rounds, and we had a couple of knitters against swatches cards mixed in, which is an expansion pack, a knitter's expansion pack for Cards Against Humanity. And it just went right over her head, and I think about after an hour she's like, all right guys, I'm out. And she came back maybe an hour later and we're still playing it. She goes, wow, you guys are still going at it. I'm like, yep. I find that so funny. Like, knitters can just keep playing Cards Against Humanity and not get bored with it because we have our knitting to just keep us going. Knitting and conversation, and anyway, it was a blast. I think the last group of people left at around midnight, which I will readily admit, I said, I'm turning into a pumpkin, you guys. I gotta go. But anyway, it was just a really fun time. Lots of desserts were brought. I made my ginger crap crumble, which was delicious. And I made chocolate chip cookies, my grandmother's way of doing it. But yeah, otherwise, I'm trying to think what else. I have a couple of goals. I don't know, should I talk about goals for the new year? I feel like I'm gonna put out another podcast before the new year, but I might as well just chat about it. I definitely want to start journaling more. I think a goal for January is just to make sure I, you know, either like just journal for like every day of the month of January. I don't know why, but you know, we'll see how it goes, whatever. I used to do it all the time when I was growing up. Every night I would just write in my journal, and I miss that. But it feels like lately these days I just don't have enough time to do it. But I want to start making time to do that, just, you know, so I have something to reflect back on, which I guess the vlog and the podcast serves that, but other stuff that I don't talk about on the podcast, you know, just life stuff. So I want to start writing that stuff down. And what else? Yeah, for the podcast, I want to start doing monthly favorites. I love the idea of that so much. I think I'm going to start doing, I am going to start doing that come January. Just, you know, talking about a few of my favorite things for that month, things that I'm obsessed with or enjoying, or, you know, favorite things. So I'm definitely going to start doing that. So I cannot wait, but I think that is it for this week. Yeah, so anyway, I'm long. I've been talking for way too much. Just trying to think of all the things that I wanted to catch you guys up on, but I think that's it for the week. So with that said, happy holidays, everybody. If you celebrate Christmas this weekend, Merry Christmas, and be safe, eat lots of food, and just, yeah, have yourself a merry little Christmas, and I will see you next time. Bye.